Well, it's 5 o'clock at the administrative complex, 4 more hours before this cycle of election completes. If you're not in by 9 o'clock tonight, you won't be able to register for the next 5 years. This election is for the ages. Rainy day, windy day in Abaco. So on this day, Kai is still trying to, or not trying to, bring in people to make sure that they're registered. Even at the last hour, this election is one for the ages. This is the one called Get Rid of Corruption. From the top. From the top in the PLP administration, right to the bottom, is corrupt. We can't have a nation where our prime minister is totally corrupt and there's no check and balance. There's no freedom of information. There is nothing in this country but corruption, blatant, just blatant corruption by this brave Davis administration. That's why Kai is working so hard. Once you've done all you can do is stand. And I'm doing all I can to make this Bahamas a better place than I left it. You ask any of those members of parliament there, ask them, what have you done for country in your 4.5 years? Ask them, what have they done? Ask Kurt Cornish, what have you done for North Abaco in 4.5 years? But embarrass us and shame us. What else have Kurt Cornish done? John Pinder, college graduate, so-called intelligent. What have he done? Their tender is just about finished. But you ask yourself, North Abaco, South Abaco, who next? Who has the party chosen to carry their banner? If you're in North Abaco, you should know everything about your candidate. Your candidate shouldn't be a surprise. You going to spend all this time registering and you don't know what PLP stand for. You're registering and you don't know what FNM stand for because your parents vote that, you're going to vote that. Everybody knows COI, Coalition of Independence. Kai has been preaching that for many years. We are the only party that want to give you a piece of this Bahama. You imagine that people being on property for 30, 40 years in Abaco, North Abaco, and they don't have any papers to pass that property on to the next generation. That's what the FNM did with the 37 homes that were supposed to be for people, victims of Hurricane Doreen. The people that stood on the board, they said when they die, they're going to leave that for their families, rightfully so. But they said no Abaconians deserve all that goodness. So we're going to put it on government land. So when they die, we can pass it on to the next generation. That's the FNM. But Baker's Bay said no. I've outright built it on people's property. The same people that were on the board for the reconstruction of Abaco, they were the same ones that stopped people from getting their homes. They are the same ones that got for Hubert Ingram and the PLP to cut Dundastan out, to leave Dundastan for 5 years. What they essentially did, and some of these guys are pastors, what they done is they are essentially cut Dundastan and Central Pines that they put in South. they cut them out from representation. That can't be right. That is why Kai is there to say, woe for Kai. Coalition of Independence, North Abaco. Tonight, when the clock strikes 9 o'clock, you're out for the next 5 years. And my mother would say, only what you've done for Christ will last. And I would say, only have you registered right, you would have a piece of this land, because Kai is the only one that's advocating that you should get some of this land that's ready, available. Everybody from all over the world is getting it. But nobody is putting Bahamian first. Kai aimed to put North Abaco first. North Abaco, good. Kai, gotcha. Once you could show me that purple voters card and it say North Abaco, Kai will be elected to make life easier for you and your children, because Kai is the only one for decades that cares. That's why I'm sticking my neck out here. For you, the people, every island in the Bahamas ought to have a Kai Mills, because anybody and everybody knows that Kai is the only one that could bring North Abaco out of this hurricane mess that we're being stuck in under the PLP and the FNM. Kai Mills Coalition of Independence. That's why I'm here on this day at the government complex on a rainy day, to make sure people that missed it, didn't miss it, that they could finally say, I am registered to make my life better, because Kai Mills is and shall be my member of parliament, a true spokesman for the people that are afraid to speak for themselves. Y'all vote Kai, Coalition of Independence, North Abaco, because Kai is here, because Kai cares.